Welcome to week number 2 of Earworm, our music podcast. My name is Timothy Malone. Notice I elongated my name this week. And this is Zachary Smith. I'll do the same with you,
Hello.
young man.
Hello.
Hi. We like to do a podcast about music, and we're going to go back and forth every other week, pardon me, between he and myself about songs that struck us or a song we'd like to discuss. So this week, Zach, I'm going to give you the helm. Why don't you take the role and control a little bit, and I will stand by and feed some information, brother.
Yeah, man. So I figured we'd go a little Post Malone here. May have been a cheap pick because of your last name and all, but I felt like
He's
it
my
was
cousin.
yeah. You guys were hanging out the other day. Um, no, I felt like this was perfect for what we were talking about, like what we wanted to do here, the age difference and the different generations and how we perceive music and all that stuff. And what better guy than Post Malone that's gone through pretty much every genre of music you could think about. Like started in like back in the day, he was heavy metal when he came out. He was doing DJ sets, and then he got into the hip hop and the rap and all that stuff for a while and was wildly successful. And then decided, let me go back to my roots a little bit and went country and knocked that out of the park too. Like you look at the names on that album. Obviously,
My
he's got Luke
goodness.
Combs on there,
My goodness.
and Post Malone is one of the biggest names out there. If he wants to go to a different genre, he's gonna attract the biggest stars, right? But you got a guy like Morgan Wallen, who is one of his best friends, and then you've got a legend like Tim McGraw, Dolly Parton. He's getting Luke Combs in a couple songs, Lainey Wilson. Um, so it's crazy to see how the transition has been received. It's just really well, and just he killed it. There's not a bad song on the album, and it hits to everybody. It hits to my generation, your generation. My grandmother likes Post Malone. I'm sure she listens to songs on the radio and is like, "Oh, that's cool. Your father loves Post Malone. You were just telling me. I know you wanted to talk about that real quick."
Yeah, my last name, you heard me introduce myself. My last name is Malone. And my father, when he heard about the gentleman Post Malone, my dad fell in love regardless. And I mean, we're talking about like Iverson song and like when in 2015,
White
2018,
Iverson.
White Iverson,
Mm-hmm.
like I mean, all those songs, my dad liked them because regardless of their hip hop nature, they were still melodic. It was pretty inspirational on my end. My dad is
Oh yeah,
85 years old, and I'm like, Dad, that's it's not his real last name, but my dad could care less. It was like spreading the
yeah.
word, if you will. And but Zach, what specific song did you want to talk about this week in reference to
So
Posty?
I mean, I really like on his newest album. I really think "Guy for That." Him and Luke Combs is the best one on there. My favorite one on there is the one with Morgan Wallen. Um, I had some help. That was so popular last summer. It was great. But if you actually listen to Guy for That, it's got all the country aspects to it, and I'm sure Luke Combs helped a ton with that. But you can really see how he understands how country music flows. Um, I'm gonna be a hater. I'm gonna drop a name.
Here we go.
The Beyonce album,
Yeah,
horrible,
I
horrible.
I think there's one song on there. I think it's the most popular song off her album. I
I forget what it's
don't. I
called.
yeah. I mean, neither. I don't remember what it is, but I kind of like. I don't mind it. How that's qualified as such.
There you go. You don't mind it, but like you look at a megastar like her, and she transitioned, and there's going to be people would say this is the best thing ever. But when you listen to it, it's just so cheap. And it's just like, oh, let me try this out and whatever. he actually goes into it and like talks about like the old school kind of country stuff, and it makes you feel like you're listening to Tim McGraw, the old kind of guys. You know, he does songs with Brooks and Dunn and flows right in there with them.
I mean,
It's crazy.
Hank Williams Jr. is on his album,
Yeah.
F1 Trillion. Um, the funniest part about the song that you mentioned, remind me. I'm looking it up now. Guys I Know, is that it?
Guy for that.
Guy for that. That's it. I'm sorry.
Mm-hmm.
Regardless, Luke Combs is saying he mentions like MIT in the song, and it's almost like a forced
Yeah.
portion of the verse. But I'm not like because I listened to it like oh my gosh a dozen times lately because that's what we would do. We share each other's choice for songs for our weekly podcast, and it just cracked me up. It's a VIP from MIT, and it's almost like you can tell Posty wrote that verse, and
Yeah.
and Luke basically brings it to the table, and then he
Yeah,
like
man.
when he's done that line, he turns back into Luke Combs and that country star. Don't get me wrong,
Yeah.
it is very clever. It's hysterical. Like, and he's talking about his EP after that. I'm like, oh my goodness. I mean, but they call him a cultural crusader, a cultural vulture, Posty.
Okay.
Because I mean he was born in Syracuse, grew up in Grapevine, Texas, moved
Mm-hmm.
out to California to start his music career. I mean he moved out there in like 2011, and it took 4 years before he like put out an album,
Yeah.
and then he had like a $8 million place in San Fernando Valley, and that's the one that got broke into. Remember a few years
Yeah.
ago,
Yeah.
it
Yeah.
was
Yeah.
all over the news, and now he lives in Utah. And but like, what are your thoughts on that, like Zach? Like, I first personally, I think the guy's great. There's not too many songs I heard from him that I dislike. I thought the last hip hop album that he came out with, I think the song, I think Sunflower was on there, the last one he came out with, like full LP on there. He's got amazing amount of albums. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Um, like, what are your thoughts about culturally speaking? And I don't want to get into like politics and stuff like that, but like calling this guy a culture vulture or, like one of these freaking individuals, like, give me a break. Like, think
I guess
about
that, yeah, that's the only thing that I could say is like, give me a break with it, man. Like, we're just, everything's going to be political, I guess. There's a twist to it, but just appreciate what he's doing. Appreciate how he transitions through different cultures, if you will, and
genres.
just genres, and just respects the hell out of them when he does it. Like he went into this country thing. He could have went into country a couple years ago, but I'm sure if you look on YouTube, he's done acoustic sets
Oh my
with
gosh,
again like Brooks and Dunn and stuff like that.
dude,
He
he
was
did
honing that craft first.
the 50-year anniversary. He was with Nirvana on there. Are you out of your mind? Like,
Yeah,
that is amazing. Like,
yeah,
Kanye was a big fan. Like Nas was on his album. I mean, he's got all these hip hop like superstars, like Mount Rushmore hip hop, and then all of a
yeah.
sudden, like Hank Williams Jr. is on his freaking album. Like, are you like, come
Yeah.
on?
I mean, he said he kind of, it's almost like he got to the top of that genre and then moved on and wants to see what he gets into with that one. But he does it the right way. He doesn't just bop around just a money grab. Like he does those live shows and the acoustic sets and figures it out and learns how to play it that way. And like the way he started in heavy metal and then went to hip hop and rap. He had to figure that out. He knew how to, write lyrics down and all that, but he had to figure out how that music and that genre flowed. Did the same thing with this.
Oh,
So just appreciate what he's doing, man. Just let it
I
move
think
along.
about it. I mean, you asked me recently. I brought up like the music in reference to Blink 182, which was our first band, and the song "Damn It" was the first song. What was your top five favorite? I'm going to put you on the spot and say, what are your top five favorite Post Malone songs? It doesn't have to
Five
be from
Posty
F1
songs.
Trillion. It can be from all of them. We
Well,
mentioned.
that's gonna have some on there. That's gonna have some on there.
Okay.
I'll go so back to 2019. Hollywood's Bleeding album.
Oh my
That's when I
goodness.
really first got into them.
Hollywood's
Just
bleeding.
I mean,
Everybody.
dude, there's so many hits on that song that are
Yeah.
just they just stick. Even the opening track to Hollywood's Bleeding, you hear the
Mhm.
passion in the guy's voice.
Yeah.
That's an awesome song.
I mean, he was living
I
out there at the
really,
time.
yeah. So I would go, let's start with five,
Okay.
five up. So I'm going to go Die For Me from that
Oh,
album.
wow.
That's the
Look at
one
you.
with Future and Halsey.
Yeah.
We'll go to, let's see, 12 Carat. Is that it? Yeah, 12 Carat Toothache, Cooped
Okay.
Up,
Okay.
Rudy Rich. Stick on that album. I Like You with Doja Cat. That song bangs,
Doja Cat.
bangs,
Look at you.
bangs. I had some help from F1 Trillion. That's number two. And
I
then
had some
number
help.
one,
That is a
oh
that is
man,
that is probably my favorite song on that album. I had
it
some
is.
help. It's so
Yeah.
melodic. It is nice.
And Wallen's one of my favorites too. Wallen is crazy what he does. But to put those two together and just let them go off, it was awesome. But number one is Circles by
Oh,
Post Malone.
dude, you just dropped the bomb right there.
That is
That
my number one favorite song. I to this day, my mother and I still, if we hear it on the radio, we'll send a Snapchat to each other of that song. It's just something about that song. I think it was a COVID. It was played like crazy, but we
uh,
just connected that song like nuts. So that's my
my
favorite song.
I wanted to stop you, but my that's my dad's favorite song. He's 85 years old.
Yeah.
That he loves him and he loves it. I think Congratulations is probably like one of my best favorite songs for some
Yeah.
reason. I don't know, I just really, but dude, great call. Circles. My dad loves that song.
Number one.
85-year-old knucklehead from Western Pennsylvania. He's like,
Yeah.
and the only reason he likes him because he has the same last name. I'm like, Dad, that's not really his last name.
Now the reason why that's my favorite song is obviously the lyrics and the beat is perfect. It's perfect together. You take the
Ah,
lyrics out and you just listen to that beat. I could listen to it all day. It's
yeah.
just like bopping.
Ah,
It makes you want to just go.
I mean, one of the ones that I rave about and like pretty much changed my opinion of Post Malone was, he doesn't even do the majority of the lyric singing of it, but Sunflower from the Spider-Man
Yeah.
movie, Into the Spider-Verse,
Yep. Great
that
movie, by the
dude,
way.
oh,
Amazing movie.
I love that movie when all the different Spider-Men come together from the different, oh my gosh, the
You can talk
universes.
about that soundtrack too.
Oh my goodness! But he took that to his, I think, his last hip hop album that he put out. Posty did Sunflower,
Mm-hmm.
and he put it up. The guy, I mean, the weird.
It's
I
got
mean,
everything.
oh my goodness! I think my favorite album by him was like the Beer Bongs and Bentleys. I freaking love that album.
Ooh, you're
But
going real hip hop with them.
oh, dude, I love all types of music. It's the funniest thing. It's like, all right, the dude was born in Syracuse, grew up in Grapevine, moved out to be like wanted to be like a metal star in California, and then he like puts out all these hip hop albums, and then comes back to like his roots, like growing up in Grapevine, Texas. And I've been there many times because I'm in Texas all the freaking time for work. It just makes all the sense in the world. Um,
It is a damn shame that his dad was working concessions with the Cowboys, and that's why he's a Cowboys fan.
I knew this was gonna come up, dude. I knew this was gonna come up. Are you freaking serious? Go Birds.
Go Birds. Go Birds.
Just for the listening audience here, Zach, like all of my buddies are huge Eagles fans, and I'm not. I mean, I am a Pittsburgh Steelers fan, so we'll just
Hey, I
carry
tell
that
you what,
on.
I'm getting on the Pittsburgh wagon a little bit. Obviously, let's go Flyers so we die. So we can't agree on that one, but
Neither the
I
Penguins
do
nor
like
the
the
Flyers
Steelers.
made the playoffs this year. Okay.
Yeah, we both suck.
Oh, I know. But can we
But
just
I like the Steelers, and the Pirates are dogs too. Paul
yeah.
Skeens, animal.
Paul Skeens, you see him last night? Anyway, Zach, I'm gonna close things up this evening and ask you last thoughts in reference to Posty this evening and your song choice.
I
Your floor.
think so. One little snippet: White Iverson was released on SoundCloud.
Yeah.
Not a lot of gigantic hits are coming out of SoundCloud these days. So to
Is
go
it
through
still around
SoundCloud and
anymore?
get
Like, didn't it like get renamed or something?
maybe, maybe, but you put that on SoundCloud, you get guys like Mac Miller, who rest
God
his
rest his
soul is one of
soul.
my
Yeah.
favorites, and then Wiz Khalifa, I think he
Wiz.
saw it on there and just got so much praise.
Yeah.
So he's amazing, man. I want to meet him one day. He's so positive, his outlook on life.
Uh,
You just want to be around him, and it makes you want to be happy. His music makes you happy.
yeah.
So I think this was a great talk, man.
Oh
I'm
yeah.
happy that we agree on this so much, and
Oh,
we could both go to a Post Malone show one day and
we're
love it. So
we'll probably disagree next week. Oh, by the way, I want to let the listening audience know, all of everybody. Zach, back me up here. We're on Instagram soon, or we're on
yeah,
Instagram now. I
yeah,
established,
we're gonna get that dialed in, sent out
yeah,
there, put some
uh,
clips up there for you.
yeah, we're gonna share this with a bunch of friends and stuff. We're on X now, by the way. Zach, here's an update. We have a X
Said, huh?
account, Twitter, whatever everyone wants to call it. And then we're going to establish the communication amongst our listening audience. And next week, just to give everybody a heads up, we're hoping to have our first guest.
Oh,
His name is Tom.
there he is. They have their own little podcast.
Yeah, right here, Tom Ronell.
Is that camera following you?
Well, I mean, it's a smart
Look
Microsoft
at
Surface
that.
Pro. Dude, I don't mess around, yo. Get better. So, for everybody out there, we enjoy the show so much. We like to do it every week. And please share your thoughts. Give us feedback. Tell us how we can change, what we can add, what we can do differently, what you guys like. Let's go.
Yeah,
This is a one team, one fight kind of podcast.
is that hot?
Yeah, here we go. Zach, thank you, brother.